Samurai Renaissance, Volume 10. In our previous transmission, Volume 9, we surrendered all ego attachments to reach Ku, the void, the zero-point field of infinite potential. But we must not remain stationed there. Staying in the realm of absolute zero is not our final destination. In this 10th volume, Ishin, we awaken as the true architect of reality. Right now, I will disclose the protocol to recrystallize matter from the void, creating one from zero through the sheer force of your unshakable will. Many teachers stop at the spiritual comfort of attraction or mental liberation. But Robin dismisses such compliance with a single blow. Once a ruler attains the vantage point of the void, the next mandatory step is establishing total sovereignty over the material world. The entire elemental ascent, earth, water, fire, wind, and void, was merely a process to place the conductor's baton into your hands. Escape the slavery of being the observed, tossed around by fate. The exact moment you swing your baton, the grid of the world begins its alignment. In the quantum matrix, the most consolidated power belongs to the unwavering observer. When you define reality with an intensity of 1.00, the uncertain waves of probability instantly collapse and freeze into physical form. This is no mere self-help metaphor. It means your consciousness holds the supreme command to rewrite the very rules of the system. The environment does not create you. Your mind commands the matrix in front of you and forces it to comply. Let us deploy the latest scientific evidence to validate this architect protocol, the Orch-OR Theory, Orchestrated Objective Reduction, advanced by Nobel laureate Roger Penrose. Conventional, mediocre science falsely claims that consciousness merely emerges from electrical signals in the brain. The reality is the absolute inverse. The human brain is a quantum processor, the projector itself, actively generating reality. Musashi's state of knowing 10,000 things from one is the physical proof of the brain directly receiving information from the source, commanding and collapsing reality into existence. The microtubules within our brains are the physical receivers that capture pure cosmic energy. The source, from the higher dimensional zero-point field and translate it into material reality. In the average person, this receiver is constantly jammed by mental chatter and egoistic dissonance, which is why their reality remains chaotic. However, when the ruler holds their frequency at a solid 1.00 of absolute conviction, this microtubule network enters a state of perfect synchronization. This total synchronization of the neural quantum hub is the exact physical reality of what ancient Japan called Ishin Denshin, telepathic resonance. It is your ultimate input terminal to stream commands directly into the matrix grid. As the architect conducting the orchestra of reality, you are granted 3 concrete commands to make the matrix comply. First, intent. This is not an egoistic grasping for outcomes, but a pure vector of absolute will piercing straight out from the void. Second, alignment. This means arranging your thoughts, language, actions, and emotions into a straight line at a frequency of 1.00, allowing zero doubt or noise to interfere. Third, collapse. This is the deliberate triggering of wave function collapse in quantum mechanics. The exact moment you observe and define reality with absolute conviction as already done, reality freezes into that exact form. Input these 3 commands with absolute coldness. Why does the average person fail to manifest reality? Look at this chart. The average mind is constantly flooded with quantum noise, anxiety, fear, and social conditioning, maximizing the entropy, or chaos, within their system. Their energy efficiency is below 25%. Conversely, a ruler who accesses the void to erase the ego operates at 70% efficiency. But the architect, who actively engineer reality, reduces the internal noise to absolute zero, aligning their efficiency to a 100% sync. The moment you wave your baton and drive the system's entropy to zero, reality has no choice but to crystallize into the physical world via the shortest distance and at unprecedented speed. Know the way through the void, and command the void through the way. The perspective of the Sovereign One is the blueprint of this world. This is the final decree encoded into the Architect Protocol. Never seek anything outside yourself. Never bow down or beg the external matrix for validation. You are the void, and you are the way itself. You must completely orchestrate all wealth, vitality, and environments from within your own neural grid. What you rule internally as a solid 1.00 will mirror itself into the external world. Standing at this perspective of the Sovereign One, the peak of abstraction, the blueprint of this world is entirely rewritten by your hands. When rewriting the matrix as the architect, the only output permitted within your neural grid is a solid 1.00 of absolute conviction. Most individuals attempt to observe reality with uncertain probabilities below 1.00, thinking, maybe I can, or I hope it happens. However, that mid-grade noise is precisely what outputs a flawed and chaotic timeline. Completely eliminate the fluctuations of probability. Coldly define reality with an intensity of 1.00 as already done. The exact moment you hold a 1.00 absolute determination within your mind, the matrix incinerates all other alternative options and is forced to output that reality with sheer physical momentum. Manifestation is not a spiritual miracle. It is strict system engineering. The process of accurately bringing down higher dimensional information from the void into the physical grid of the material world. The loop always initiates with void access. You completely eliminate your ego output and synchronize with the infinite ocean of potential. Next is SYNC. You elevate the frequency of your neural microtubule network to a solid 1.00. Then comes Ishin. You release your flawless command and conduct the orchestra of reality. Finally, manifest occurs, and the material world is restructured according to your design. Spin this loop with relentless velocity. You no longer need to follow the rules of the world. You are the rule itself. When the architect waves the 1.00 conductor's baton, 3 unshakable grids instantly begin to crystallize within your earthly existence. First, wealth. The consolidation of massive assets and economic dominance. This is not something to pursue. It is merely the automatic alignment of numbers on your grid. Second, vitality. The optimization of your biological vehicle at a DNA level. Pure, uncorrupted energy surges through your physical form, sustaining absolute vitality. Third, sovereignty, the empire. A state where your code of will completely governs others and societal systems. Even in your physical absence, your ideology and infrastructure continuously generate wealth and influence. Bring these 3 grand grids down into this world, and complete your empire. The true, new dimension that lies far beyond Miyamoto Musashi's Book of 5 Rings. The perspective of the architect conducting the matrix has now been perfectly transcribed into your neural grid. The training phase is officially over. From this exact coordinate, the true phase of governance begins, where you sculpt reality by your own will. Never bow down to the rules of the old matrix again. You observe, you define, and you orchestrate everything. The grid of the samurai renaissance will continue to expand into even higher dimensions. Rulers of reality, raise your sails. Let us venture into the voyage of the new dimension together.